right, everybody, I'm gonna introduce Sofia. I'm gonna introduce Sofia. Okay, this is for YouTube purposes too, mainly YouTube. All right. So you guys are just part of the crowd, my audience, my live audience. All right, ready? I'm gonna introduce her. Okay. All right, how's it going, everybody watching this video live on our Facebook and YouTube page? Hello, my name is Chacon. I am the team leader here at KW The Lakes. And I'm going to introduce today's speaker, who happens to be our operating principal, who's also in production. So she knows the pains and aches of current economy and how the market that we're in, right? So the market that we're in is super important, and to know the objections that are happening now. All right. And really quick, I do want to announce that Sofia is a lead listing agent, and last year she won triple gold. In order to obtain triple gold, you must make minimum 400,000 GCI to qualify. So let's give her a round of applause.
All right. I do platinum every year except last year, so I was $11,000 away from being platinum. So I'm kind of sore about that.
Oh, okay, but you did it. But this time you did it she did it all by herself.
I know that's awful. I feel like a failure.
Oh, boo. Okay, I'll take the triple gold next year. Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
Is there a way we can mic you up? Sure.
Yeah.
Down?
Yeah, my necklace.
No, it'll sway with the necklace.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome. Welcome. You're here, and I thank you for showing up. This is for listing objections because everybody wants a listing, yeah? And guess what? I have good news for you. You will always get the same 10 objections. So all you really have to learn is to overcome these 10 objections. Okay? I bet you how many of you have gone on listings before? Okay, wonderful. What are the top 10 objections? Because they're 90% of the time you'll get the same ones. Yes? Who agrees with that? Yes. They're always the same ones. What are they?
Price. I'm not ready. Why 6%?
Got it.
Let me interview another agent.
Okay, so I don't make any decisions right now. One of the things that I'm going to tell you that number one, if you want to master your listing objections, you really would benefit from learning. Like if you guys been to my last class on the DISC personality profiles, do you guys remember that class? Those of you maybe were not here. That class talks about how there's 4 different types of clients. So it'd be unfair to talk about listing objections when I don't give you the foundation and how to overcome them, which is what are the listing objections are depending on your personality type. Okay, so let me touch on that. I won't go into that very deeply today, but this is something you can Google and find out yourself. Most clients are in these personality D, I, S, and C. Got it? 3% of the world is a D. 7% of the world is an I. 11% of the world is a C. And then the rest is, what's the difference? I always never remember the math. Wait, hold on, that's 21. So that would be 79?
89.
So, yeah, 77.
79. It was 11 and 10, 21. Yeah, 79%. Okay? And the majority of the world, you guys, this is proven. Tony Robbins teaches this. Any good sales teams, teach this. The majority of the world is either a D, an I, S, or C. So I will say that we all could be any of these at any given time, but naturally we are one or the other. And we could be 2 at the same time. And so everybody's either yours and 2. So for example, I am a very rare breed that I am 100% D, 100% I, like to the max on those ratings. And I have no S and no C. Okay. And then when I went over this in a professional course, they said, "Oh, you're like only like murderers have your profile." Like I was like, "Oh my God!" Like really, because the lower the S, the less like we are the people that go. The people go, "Oh, I lost my job," and we are like, "Well, go find another job." Like so, we come across very insensitive. Does that make sense? But it's because we're not insensitive. It's because our brain comes across as like, what's the solution? My sister, I wish she was here. She would tell you that when She said I traumatized her when she got her very first listing. She was so excited. Like I was the first phone call she made. I had been mentoring her for a little bit, and she got me in the lending industry. So I got her in the real estate industry years later. So we have a good relationship. And she called me and she said, I got her listing. And I was probably in the middle of something. I said, awesome, go get another one. Like, I did not say like celebrate her, right? And that could be traumatizing. Yeah, read big potential. Yeah. So what I want you to know is this is very important. You have to learn this, because before I learned this, I was getting 50% of the listings. And when I learned this, I literally get like 95% of my listings. Okay. I used to say 99, but that's not true nowadays, because nowadays people, like with the market being a seller's market, they don't want to pay anything to sell it. Yeah. And so you either want to walk away from those. So a D personality's biggest fear is being taken advantage of or wasting their time. Okay. Know this. Okay. Taken advantage of or wasting time. And I'll tell you how to use this when you do your objection handling, okay? And I's biggest fear is not being liked. Not being liked. That's their biggest thing. Got it? And S is change. That's their biggest fear. They hate change. Okay? And S is making mistakes. Okay, so these are you have to know this, because the majority of the people you're going to go on listing appointments with, they're going to be afraid of change. So if you only have just one listing presentation, guess what? What if I only have a presentation that's geared, toward like these people? Am I going to get all the other ones? Or these people? Does that make sense? If people are different, so let me tell you, how are you going to know what kind of person you're dealing with? It's very easy. Okay. So let me explain this to you in a way where it makes sense. So if there's an elevator full of people, the D people, they don't give a damn. They get in the elevator. They just get in. They're aggressive. Okay. The I people get in and say, cute shoes, cute purse, cute kid, where are you going? The S personality always says, the elevator's full. Let me take the stairs. And the C personality gets in the elevator and says, ooh, weight capacity, 6,000 pounds. There's 8 people in here. Do you guys know people like this in each one of these areas? Raise your hand if you think you're a D.
A little bit. I'll just get on my bed.
I'm a D.
If you're not, you're going to talk to everybody in the elevator. Who are my little chatterboxes? You're DI. You're DI. I'm a DI also. An S. Who's an S? Who would say, you know what, I don't want to deal with it. I'll take the stairs. So you're the S and the S and the S. You're definitely an S. S. And then a C. How many of you are a C? The numbers. Yeah. Analytical. Oh my God. Good. You're also okay. Well, let me tell you, Gary Keller is a DC. So he doesn't care about sociability. He talks to people because he has to. And he ain't afraid of like anything going on. Just understand this. How you handle these people is going to be different every time, okay? In today's market. So when you walk in to do a listing appointment, you will know exactly what they are. The D's, these are the people you will fear the most are these people. The ones I dislike the most are these people. Because my personality. So I'm a D, right? So the D people, when you walk in the house and when you walk in to do a listing appointment, well, there's different strategies on how to do that. I've taught you guys, the one I like to use is, it depends on the person. Remember, I want you to have the mindset of, in 2022, I'm going to have, my listing presentation was 80 something slides, and I would only use 5 to 7 per presentation, but it depended on who I was talking to. I bring out the 5 that were relevant to that conversation. If they say, oh, we're going through divorce, I'll bring up the one about divorce. If they talk about, I'm moving out of state, hey, how would I manage your property if you have to leave? How would we do the notary out of state? All that. So I want you I want you to change your mindset and understand that when as you prepare your toolkit, maybe you can hire Miss Angie Soto to do this for you. Like, I want you to revamp all your listing stuff. Don't stop prospecting to do this. This is something you do on a Saturday in your free time, okay? I don't consider this working. You guys know that. Working on your website, ordering your business cards, taking pictures, any of that is not considered working. Okay. I also told you guys that I decided a long time ago that I wasn't going to be a level 10 realtor. I decided I was okay with being a level 5 realtor. What I mean by that is that there's realtors that will work 40 hours a week, and this is a mindset, and they were trained at different brokerages. That's why they have this mindset. They have the mindset of, I'm an amazing agent, so I'm going to go to the day they take pictures. I go the day they do I'm there for the appraisal. They'll even look at other agents, and they look at me and go, Sofia, you don't go to appraisals? Like, oh, you're an awful agent. I'm like, I'm okay with that. Because I decided long ago that I only have 24 hours in the day. And if I want to sell 100 homes a year, I need to not do those things. I just set the expectation up front. Hey, I don't attend I'm useless there. Yeah, I send the comps ahead of time to the appraiser or to the property, to the owner. So it depends what kind of agent you want to be. I don't judge you. Okay. I don't attend appraisals. I attend home inspections only very rarely. I'll pay someone to go for me. Because what I do is I make myself available on FaceTime and I go over the results. You eventually will think like me when you want to do higher numbers. It's very when you're like, no, I will never do that. I go, yeah, right. Let's see. Hey, we'll see. We'll see about that. You know, once you want to sell over 50, 75 homes a year, you only have very limited time in the day. So you're gonna have to pick and choose. Okay. So now when you walk in the property, you're going to when you walk in to do the listing, walk in. And remember, I taught you guys the take it away script. When you walk in, remember, what are they thinking? They're thinking a realtor's coming. I'm gonna tell them I don't have to sell. That's what they're thinking. I'm gonna tell the realtor I don't have to sell. That way they could walk away. Yeah. And guess what? When you walk in, the first thing you do is I call it disarm the seller. Walk in and go, hey, before I sit down, listen, I know, Derek, that we're gonna have a conversation today. We're gonna go over, if you want to sell the home, what price you want to pay for it, right? If I'm the right agent for the job, and why you should choose me, right? We're gonna go over all that today. However, I want you to know that I know that you may not have to sell this home, and I'm okay with that. When you say that, they get this. Now they're like, damn, I was gonna tell her I didn't have to sell, so now, like, you disarm them. Now they're like, okay, now you're in control. And there's all the things that go to their, sit in the table. If there's no table, stand up in the island. Like, do not put yourself in a position ever in the living room. Okay. You're always in a position of the kitchen where you're making the decisions. Okay. Now, when you walk in, this is how you're going to know who you're dealing with. A D personality, you walk in, they're going to say, hey, so Derek, you know what? How much can you give me for my house, and how much do you charge? That is all your worst nightmare. Yeah. 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 Isn't that your worst nightmare?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We'll get to that part of the presentation shortly.
Yeah. So we're gonna go over that right now. Because if you guys thought that I'm gonna sit up here and just go over objections, guess what? You guys are gonna be in the hot seat with me up here, all of you. Okay? Because you're here.
Yes.
Hey. You think this is me just like talking to you? That's not what's gonna happen today. But so D, that's what's gonna happen. That's what they say. How much you're gonna charge me, and like how much can you get for my home? Yeah, and guess what? Most agents, because that's the biggest fear. How would you respond to that, Andy?
It's a great question. We'll come down to whenever with the presentation, we'll go over our professional fees. But right now, we're going to go through the beginning portion of selling the house.
Good. That's a good answer, Miguel. You know what? Hey, thank you for coming to my house. How much you know what? I don't have time. Like, how much you gonna charge? What's your fee? What's your commission? And what is the how much you could get for my house?
Kind of took the words right out of my mouth, but I'll go along the same page. Like, okay, well, I'll make it quick. I understand you'll be somewhere, so let me just get to the presentation because there's more value than just getting the highest amount possible and then professional to pay. So let me just get through the presentation quickly, and if you have any questions.
Okay. Let me see. I'm not gonna put in the spot people that haven't gone to listings. Gabe.
That's what I do. Is I say that I tell them, that's great. I see that you want to get to the point. There's a few other things I want to cover, so when we get to that, you understand what my fees, what they are. But for the most part, I say the same.
Very good. I use, because my personality is very like, I'm a D2. So to me, I love people like this. So I'll say things like that. I'll say, awesome, it depends. Just say, I could charge you maybe 10, 20%. And say that, I promise you. They will go, what? And then and then later on when you say 6, it seems like a deal. You know what I mean? Just say, you know what? It'll be anywhere from 10 to 20%. It just depends. This is another way to say it. Just say, look, it could be anywhere from 10%, but look, I'll get 10, you get 90. Does that sound fair? I do all the work. You're going to get 90% of the check. I'm going to get 10% of the check. And I'm going to get you all the money you want. Got it?
Yeah.
See, like I just take control. Take control of the conversation. You guys are doing the same thing in a different way. Does that make sense? So that is exactly what you do. Take control. Say, hey, look, I cannot tell you what the fee is without knowing what you're buying. You know, let me tell you what you're paying for first. Be confident. So what I recommend is that if you know they're going to ask you that is a question that you avoid the most. When you do your Friday role plays in here, that's the objection. Like when you're role playing objections, you guys, if you guys were having role play, if you guys were role play partners, like I was Aurora's role play partner for a while. She's probably watching online, but she's not here right now, but she would tell you, she told me that her game like went up during that time because it was during bold. So we would do is we get on the phone. We don't say good morning. We don't chit chat. It was just like, I answered the phone and we went into role play. After role play, we hang up. It's just a 15-minute conversation to practice. You do not want to practice on real people. You want to practice with other people in the room and with other people out of state or with other offices. Just with other people, we want to role play because you don't want to practice ever on the client because they will know you get nervous. I don't know, right? Okay. That's a D. They will tell you to the point. The I's, they are the best. They pay the most because what they do is when you go to them, they will tell you that. They go, hi, welcome. They want to be liked. Hey, you want to be liked? And they want to be liked so bad that they won't even question your fees. My fee is 3%. My other patron, okay, great. And then they want to talk about the next home. Okay? They always want to say, so my next home, it has to have 4 bedrooms. So you start focusing on the next home and I'll say, hey, hold on. So then we start focusing on the next home and this one, it's in the back. We're like, hey, hire me. Let's make this formal. Let's sign the contract. This is my advice to you. If you ever get to a situation where you're I made this mistake so many times when I was new, maybe Elena could relate to this. I would go meet with a seller and they would want to hire me. And then I would be like, no, but I haven't done my presentation yet. Has that happened to you? But I'm like, wait, and look, if that ever happens to you, shut up and get it signed. Okay? Yeah. Got it? That was like, I don't know why. I just felt like, man, like, this is too easy. Like, they're going to have questions later or whatever. They're like, okay, I have so many times it happened. They're like, okay, what do I have to sign? Because I want to go show me homes. And you're like,
And then you learn when that happens to shut up. So then when the other ones come, you're like, here,
yes.
sign here.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so my best advice is shut up. You know that emoji with the zipper? You remember that. Remember that emoji, okay? Remember that emoji. Shut up. That will happen to you. And they already hire you. Or if it's a referral, you walk in and they go, okay. And you can tell when they walk into the home that they're going to hire you. They'll say, okay, so I love this question. When I make a listing appointment, this is the best question you will ever get. And please text me when you get this question. They will say, are you taking pictures today? That is the best. That like me, I'm like, okay, then I'm gonna wear flash shoes. I don't have to look cute. I already got it. You know what I mean? I don't have to work for it. You know, like I got it. I got this. Okay, so that's important. And then the S, you guys, this is where you will not lose listings in your objections. Okay, S says do not like change. These are the people where I lost so many listings because I'm a closer. I want them to get that. You get trained by like Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, whatever. They'll say, get the signature, don't leave without signing. Someone else will come and get it. Like that, all that. I lost so many listings because of that. Because the S people, they don't like change. They don't like to be pushed into making decisions. Yeah. How many of you are an S? Some of you said are an S. If someone forces you to do something you don't want to do you do it? If you go look like at TVs and someone's like pushing you, buy it today? No. But if someone gives you all the information, is really cool, really nice, and builds trust with you, you'll specifically go back when they're back on schedule to buy it from them. Yes? You understand that? Those are the S people. These people, hate rejection the most. So these are the ones that I struggle getting them freaking cold calling right here. Right? These people don't like these two. These people too. This like the eyes are like herding cats. You cannot keep their attention very long, man. Like they want to do every idea too. They want to do every marketing idea, and they are like herding cats right here. The C's are the drive me crazy, but they're good clients. These are the ones that will nail you on. You need to review your HUD 1 and your contract and memorize it and know how to the estimate initiate, how to go over it. They will ask you questions that if you don't know how to answer it, the trust is gone. What is the transfer fee? What's a loan tie-in fee? Why do I have to pay this? And if you go, I don't know, let me get back to you, you're done. You're done. The net sheet. Yeah. So when you go to a listing, you ask Gladys and escrow to give you a seller's net sheet so you know exactly how the fees. You could actually create those forms yourself. I do not like doing it myself. I literally will, if I go on a listing on a weekend, I literally will show up without it and send it to them on Monday. The reason I do that is because my estimate and the estimate is always so far off because I'm going off of an estimated title, and Gladys's will be very actual because she has real escrow fees, real title fees. So it'll be really close to accurate. So you look good with your client. Okay.
Title rep app as well.
Oh yeah, the title rep one is really good too. Like if you're ever in a bind and they need to see something, like show up with it. So I'll bring it because I have one through Lawyer's Title where I plug in and it plugs in everything for me, and I'll bring that with me and I'll just say, hey, look, I had to bring something with you, but this one I created myself on an app. Like the accurate one will come in. This is very close. It'll be off by a few thousand. But if you want to like a dollar amount, close to dollar amount, I'll give you one on Monday. And they're good with that. Got it? Okay, cool. So these people hate making mistakes. So these are the people that are like the engineers, the accountants. Like they're not going to sign anything unless you know how to explain it. So for me, it makes so much sense. Like if you're a realtor, like, and you struggle to prospect and you're going to get your client in here, right? You're getting your client. Why are you not going to master your craft? Like I would, if I was you and I'm new to the game, I would spend my energy saying, okay, what are the things I need to know to win in this game? What are the things I need to know? I need to know how to explain a contract. Yeah. Hey, open the house. But they just call me Sofia. I'm like, dude, like really? Like, yeah, right? They're like, how do I open this? I was like, practice on something, don't practice on real people. Explain explain the RPA. So what should you spend your time doing? Learning the? Do you do this during prospecting time? Does that count as working? Okay, good. So there's working in your business and working on your business. Yeah? In and on. So this would be working on your business. You have to learn how to explain the contract. What else you have to know? You have to know how to do a buyer consultation. Yeah? What else you have to do? How to listing, right? You have to also know how to explain an estimated net sheet because they're going to ask you. They don't care if you don't work in escrow. You're the agent they're hiring. They don't care who your team is. Got it? So we're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to play a game right now, okay? And you're going to love it. Okay, so grab a partner. It can be family. So pick someone else. Okay? All right. Oh, yeah, that's a good one in here. Grab a partner. Okay, I need you to stand up. I need you to find us. Stand up and stand in front of your partner. Stand directly in front of your partner. Okay, partner A is gonna be the one that smells the best today. All right. Hey. Hey. All right, got it? Does everybody have a partner? Wait, Jay, does everybody have? Okay, so Jay will be your partner. All right. All right, got it. So partner A smells the best. Raise your hand if you're partner A. Who smells the best? All right, who smells the best? All right, who? Your partner A, your partner A. Who's partner A? 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 Partner A, your partner. Partner A. Awesome, awesome, perfect. Okay, partner A, you are going to be the D seller. Remember, I'm going to give you this. We're going to go over all the sellers, okay? We're going to go over all the sellers. And we're gonna grow. This is how we learn. We learn through immersion and doing it, okay? So you're gonna be the D-seller. So the person's gonna come in, you're gonna role play, you're gonna say, hey, what is my fee? Hey, what is my fee? And then we're gonna go over a few hard objections. We're gonna go over 3. We're gonna go over, hey, how much are you gonna sell my home for, and what is your fee? And then the next one is a hard one. It's gonna be like, after you go through that one, I'm gonna give you another one, okay? They're gonna get harder and harder. I'm warning you, okay? But then today, you're gonna feel so, after you practice and you say it out loud, it's out of your system. You're only gonna get better from here. Got it? Because I'd rather have you guys mess up in this room than in front of a real client that it cost us, you know, $15,000 commission check, yeah? Okay. Yes, those on Zoom, listen in, okay? All right, here we go. Partner A, say it with confidence. Okay, let's role play. Really, let's get in the role. You're a high D. You're kind of pissed off at the world right now. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go. Yeah, partner A is the seller. Okay, so when I say 3, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. You're gonna say, hey, how much are you gonna charge me to sell your home, and what price are you gonna get for my home? And then see how they respond. Okay, and then because you care, all you have to do, partner B, you're gonna be an active listener. All you're gonna do is just you're just going to you're gonna listen, and then you're gonna respond like you normally would with a client. Got it? And then we're gonna switch sides. Okay, so go 1, 2, 3, go. All right. You guys talking too much. You guys are talking too much. Remember, when you respond just directly. Because D's don't like to waste their time. If you start talking to them, you lose them. They'll respect you more. When I go there, when they've gone to me, and I remember this one cop in Monte went to me. He's like, hey, you're not even gonna come to my house and tell me the price. And I said, I need you to step out of my way and sit down so I can tell you how much I'm gonna charge you. And he was like, I'm fucking hiring you. Like, okay. So the thing is, like, you have to operate from a place of, I don't need your business. I want it, but I don't need it. Because the minute they have you, they sense that. It's like they can smell it. Okay. They can smell the commission breath. It's called commission breath. Like, they know I haven't made my car payment in 3 months and I need this check. Got it? They can feel it. They can feel it. All right. Now, partner B, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Answer, I see. Yesenia, I see you. Come on, role play. Don't go into story, go into role play. Again, keep going. Oh, yeah, you can share that story later to everybody. All right. Yeah. All right, guys, stop. Let's bring it back in. Who had a partner that was like badass at it? Who had a partner that like nailed it? All right. Okay, so I want you to nominate your partners that did the best. Who were the best? Nominate your partner. Andy? No, yeah. Miguel, come up here. Who else are you nominating? We have a prize for the finalists. Hey, who's good? Iris, get over here.
Right here.
Come here, Jonathan.
Get up there. She didn't
Come on.
get the license yet.
All right. You're gonna because we're here to grow together, yeah. So we're gonna see we're gonna see, because this type of environment, I would like this class not to be once a month when Sofia's teaching it, because you guys come for me, but you guys need to show for yourselves. I would love for you guys to show this on Fridays like this and practice with each other. Because guess what, man, you guys, there's a lot of money at stake. Like, you guys all at one point had a job and you guys drove far for 15 to 30 bucks an hour. Like, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So like, why wouldn't you drive here when I can tell you will get $500,000 this year? Like, for reals. Like, it does, it's 40 deals. You can make $500,000, okay? You can do it. You can do it, okay? All right, let's do this. All right, so Miguel, how much are you gonna charge me? And how much are you gonna sell my home for? How much are you gonna charge me?
Well, that's a great question. So I want to get straight to the point, but there is a presentation I want to go over. There's value in what I have to do and in order to get you top dollar for your home, because you're giving me two objections, my commission and how much you want for your home. And those are two different things. So we need to figure out what's more important for you. At the end of the day, at the end of the presentation, we're going to find out what is exactly that you feel is fair to charge, or what do you feel like it's fair for me to charge you?
Good. That was amazing. That was amazing. I love it, because he's separated, right? He's like, look, you asked me how much you're gonna sell for? Hey, that's what I'm hearing you say, Miguel, is that you want the most money for your house, right? Because you're concerned about the price. What I'm hearing you say is that you're concerned about how much money you're gonna get in your pocket. And when you're saying how much I charge, is the same objection. What you're saying to me is that you want the most money in your pocket. So really, what you're saying to me is that you want me to get you the most money. And all we have to figure out in this conversation is if I'm the right person for the job for that. So don't worry about what I'm going to charge you, what my fees are. Worry about who's going to put you the most money in your pocket. So are you ready to hear that conversation?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
You like it? You guys like that? Okay, can you repeat it though? How I said it? Right? So practice. Yeah. Yeah, but you guys heard that? The point is, when someone asks you, how much are you charging? How much can you get from my house? And what is your commission? You do not answer the question, you guys. You have to say, what I'm hearing you say is what's important to you is getting the most top dollar for your house, because you want, at the end of the day, the most money in your pocket. Yes, Jonathan? And when you're asking me about my fees, because again, you want the most money in your pocket. So let's sit down and let me show you how I'm going to do that. Got it? See, so now you took the value off the price by doing that. You got it?
Yes, hear the rest of it.
Got it. Yeah, I just shared a story of how I'm not an ass and how insensitive I was when you called me with your first listing. What did I tell you? What did I say? No, when I said something like, "Oh yeah, good, get another one" or something.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You'll know, like, so excited to go get another one.
Hey, do you guys believe me? Does that shock you? Or no, is that Sofia right there? No. Poor Jay. Okay, so that's very important. Do not answer that question. Is this helpful? Because when you know how to answer these, you guys, the deal is yours every time. People will hire you if you're like, we're gonna go over the other objection. Can you reduce your fee right now? I want to tell you the truth. The average commission countrywide used to be 6%. That's really very not common anymore. Right now, statewide, we're at 5.3. Is the average. I want you to know that. Okay. In this market, it goes down. But when the market flips in the next month, in 8 months or so, trust me, those commissions that are 2%, they'll be 4%. Because they're like, buy me, right? And that's when I go over there with my lowball offers. Okay. I'm waiting for that. You know that emoji with the guy licking his lips behind the tree? That's me. Like, that meme, that's me. I'm that meme. I'm waiting. Okay. All right, Miss Iris. Hi. Okay, Iris. How much are you gonna charge me? How much are you gonna charge me? You know, before you sit down, like, let's get to the point. How much are you gonna charge me? What's your fee?
Actually, instead of us talking about that, I do want to first take a trip of your house to kind of see what I'm working with. And honestly, I have to sit you down because my fee goes higher if you don't see my presentation. So I'm going to let you see what we can actually work with. And I'm going to give you two options. If I can go higher in your house, I expect a different percentage, and I can actually go lower. I will kind of work with you. But in reality, I will pay for myself.
Good. That's good. That's very good. That's very good. Very good, Iris. Very good. I love what you said when you pay for yourself. And one of the things I want to teach you guys that I've done before is that when I go through a house that's tore up and they don't have money, I built it into my fees. So I tell them that. I say, look, you know what? My fee, I was going to only charge you honestly because you're a referral, you're a past client, you're my compadre, whatever. I was gonna go with 5% total, you know, 2.5 for my fee, or 3 for me and 2 for somebody else. However, guess what? You can do this. I'll say, look, we need some work done and stuff, and the buyer's gonna request some repairs, and you clearly don't have money, so let's work together. So in those cases, because I'm taking the risk, then my fee, that's why you'll see my fee at 7% on some of those. Because I tell them, hey, but you're not gonna have to pay anything out of your pocket, and they'll do it because they don't have the money. So always use that as an option. If you have more questions, let me know, because you have to be very specific on your disclosures, okay? But you can do that. I offer that, and that's a very important. People don't think like that. I do, and I tell them, look, okay, ooh, you need termite work. You need, you know what? This house, the paint. Sometimes I went to a house and it was such a beautiful house, but they had like a daycare in there, I would say daycare, and it was so scuffed and crayons everywhere. And I said, you know what? We need to paint this. So what I do is I will there's a fee for that. I'm sorry, I don't do it for free. I'm risking my money. So then I'm like, my painter charged me $3,000. I charge them $5,000, and that's legal. You do it through the commission. Got it? You can do that. Are you ripping them off? No. Who's taking the risk? What if they don't sell? Does that make sense? Yeah. There's no limits in California. You could. There's no limit on fees. You can charge whatever you want. And just so you know, I didn't know this. Just so you know, land listings are 10%. Listen, land listings are 10%. That's standard. Land listings, you know, the $80,000 listings, it's 10%. 5 for you, 5 for the other agent. Got it? See what we have to have these classes so we all know? Yeah, you could charge whatever you could get them to sign.
As long as they sign it.
Got it? Got it?
Not 64.
No. Yeah. But you know what? The thing is whatever's fair. There's no price fixing in the state. You can't price fix. Okay. So we're not even supposed to talk about that. But I'm just letting you know, as your broker, that you can charge whatever they take. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, and then if you guys want to know more information, there's actually documentation where if you actually do renovations on a house for a client, I don't recommend that. But if you do, if you're ever in that position where there's a $30,000 check at stake, I have done it. I have lent them $8,000, but I will put a lien on their house, okay, and to get my money back. Yeah, we'll put a lien on the house, and it's a very easy 1-page document, okay. So, and we have an attorney here to help you with all that. Got it? We could do that. So if you ever don't walk away from that kind of money because of something, make it happen. Got it? Okay. All right. What's your fee? And how much are you giving me for my house?
You know what, Miss Sophia, I'm gonna do you a real big favor. I'm gonna take 10% and give you 90%. And you might be asking yourself, hey, to 10%, that 10% is gonna it's gonna be the best 10% that you ever spent, because no one will be able to outserve me. So I tell you what, why don't we do this first? Why don't we take a look at your house? Tell me so I can see what I'm working with. After that, I'm gonna give you this amazing presentation that you ain't gonna ever forget, and we're gonna go from there.
Damn. I got a future capper in the house right here. Okay, I like that. Yeah, because what it is confidence. And by the way, she's a student she's not licensed just yet, but she's investing her time in here, and her proud daughters in the back clapping for her. Look at her. Yeah, they're mother and daughter team, huh? Yeah. Awesome. Good job. Good job. Keep practicing, okay? How many of you wished that when you started taking the classes, you would have actually been practicing the business already?
Oh, wow.
How many of you like if you would have actually started showing up and learning the craft, that way when the license was active, you already had 10 clients lined up. So like what you're doing is absolutely you know what everybody else does? I'm gonna get my real estate license. So then they take 6 months chilling, watching Netflix, relaxing because they feel productive. I wish I could tell people when people Kirsten, when people sign into K-Score, you tell them, show the hell up right now.
It's already in our scripts.
Yeah.
Yep, I send them a calendar.
Good job, Kirsten. Good job. It's my little future OP in the house over there. Yeah. Okay. Jonathan, how much are you gonna give me for my house?
Sophia?
Good.
I'm glad you asked that, because we're definitely going to get to that, and everybody wants to know. You're kind of like myself, just get to the point, right? But first, I do want you to kind of show me around the house. Tell me if you did any upgrades, because all this kind of takes, into effect. It's a beautiful house, by the way. Have you did any upgrades?
Yeah, I did. 10 years ago, I did my kitchen.
Kitchen. Oh, nice. That's a beautiful upgrade. Women love that. But since we're talking about commissions, obviously I've charged from 6 to 10% in the future, but let's go over some numbers and we can go over everything right now. Sound
Good job.
fair?
Good job. Good job. Remember the question here. When you ask for someone if they did upgrades, never say, have you done upgrades? Say in the last 3 years. Because then at 3 years, then they say, oh no. Because what they expect, they think it's an upgrade. So he did great. And you see how he said 6 to 10? So that way people always want a deal. One of the strategies that I use sometimes is that I'll have Gladys in my HUDs put a marketing fee of $9.95. Because people want a discount. Okay, listen to this. I've never taught you guys this. Listen. Whoever didn't come is missing out on this. Okay. So you put yeah. You put a $9.95 marketing fee on your HUD. Okay, because people, it's culturally. Remember, it's culturally. Some cultures, like I'll speak for the Latino culture. How many of you gone to TJ or Mexico and they give you a price of something and then you walk away and it comes down 50%? Yeah. So culturally, like if we don't see a discount on something, we don't want it. Like, right? It's like we're just like we want to feel like we won. That's other cultures are the same. You guys could probably think of name a few other cultures. Yes. It's just culture.
When you're buying a car,
Yeah.
and they sit you down and they write the number and then they cross it off. And
Yes.
mark it out.
Yes.
They do that for a reason because visually you're seeing.
You're visually seeing the discount. Yeah, that's why all my listing contracts always say 6%, right? I have them they always pre-typed in 6%, 7% already typed in there. Yeah, and oh yeah, so
what is this? You know what? We save your file for over 7 years, and then there's stuff that goes into it.
Yeah, so
We're like, what?
yeah, so I learned this at family reunion too. Like a few years ago, I learned the marketing fee. Because what I learned is that you put in your marketing material and you put and you know what I do? This is what I did with my listing in Glendale that canceled on me because she branded it after all, but she wanted to list it with a different agent. I was like, I listed at 1.2 and I got her a 1.150 $50,000 above cash and she declined it. I was mad. Okay. So I was like, no. So yeah. So I was like, so I charge a $9.95 fee, right? Marketing fee. And then in the contract, it'll say, I'll say, look, this $9.95 marketing fee. And you say, look, let me tell you something. I want to, you know what I'm going to do? If you hire me today, like I'll absorb that. I'll cross it out that way. They want to feel like you gave them something. So in the past, I used to like lower my commission, right? And remember, we don't call it commission because commissions are negotiable. Attorneys have fees. Call it your fee. My fee. Get the word commission out of your vocabulary. My fee is 2%. My fee is 3%. My fee is 3%. Because then a fee is a fee. People don't know the commission, right? So then on your marketing, cross out the marketing fee. You have to tell them when you order the HUD that you want a marketing fee of $9.95. And then what I told this client, I said, look, if you cancel this listing to list with someone else, I may let you out of the contract because I don't want to work with people that don't want to work with me. But I will be reimbursed $9.95 for my fee. And you will have to pay that before I release the contract. $9.95 fee. So if you decide to cancel on me to go with a different agent, I will let you go to a different agent because I don't want to work with someone that doesn't want to work with me. We legally, did you guys know that when you sign a listing agreement, it's 6 months. You legally do not have to let them out of the contract. You do not have to. You could make them stay in the contract and force them to sell 6 months from now. But we don't operate from revenge. We don't operate from hate. And we operate from love. And all that will do is give you bad Yelp reviews and bad reviews and ruin your name. So I am sometimes, but if you did the work, I will honor that contract. I will help you in the office. I back up agents here all the time. I'm like, no, we're staying. You're staying in this contract because we got the offer. We have a lady right now. She had our team. She's one of my out-of-state KW agents. Send me her client. We showed the property, wrote an offer, and then they didn't get the offer accepted. We couldn't agree on the price. It was too low. So then we moved on, made another offer that didn't get objected. So then they said, we want to work with a different agent. You guys suck. But then guess what? They want to buy the first house we wrote an offer on. That's called procuring cause. I'm owed a commission, right? So now the agent wants to work with me. So the whole point is that we will hold people to that. I'm like, no, you're not going to hire another agent to write an offer on a house that I have a relationship with the agent. The only reason he'll accept it is because of me. And I've shorted to you. So guess what? You're going to pay me that. So I'm in dispute with that right now. I have to be careful because I don't want them to give me bad reviews at the lakes or bad reviews on my Yelp. I want to be kind and loving about it, But I'm very polite and say, you know what, it's fair, we showed it, we're procuring costs. Unless your clients want to pay 2 commissions, the way it works is that the commission is between the seller and the agent, yeah? But if the buyer agent, the actual buyers would have to pay the commission out of their pocket to you, because they signed a contract. Got it? All right, let's give a round of applause to all our participants up here. All right, are you guys learning a lot today? All right, now, now if you haven't been up here, because everybody's gonna have a chance up here, so you might as well volunteer. Volunteer or get voluntold. Get voluntold to come up here. So let me have up here Yesenia. Okay, I'll be nice still for you. Lorena, Elena, Andy.
Woo! There you go. Man, Laura's not hearing this now.
All right, good. So this is the objection this time, okay? The objection this time, and as you guys know, I'm not being mean, I'm giving you my opinion as we go, okay? So you can learn. So I'm not trying to be or put anybody on the spot, but we are, if you can survive in a group of your peers, in front of a client, it ain't gonna be nothing. Got it? You know, like if you can survive, it's harder to present in front of realtors, you guys. This is way harder. It's a lot easier in front of actual clients, okay? So remember, the last objection we learned, what I'm hearing you say is that you want the most money in your pocket. That's why you're asking about price and commission. What I'm hearing you say is you care about the money in your pocket. Let's talk about that. I'm not answering the question. Got it, Miguel? What I'm hearing you say is that you want the most money in your pocket. Got it. Okay, so these are the objection for you guys is going to be this. 4%? That's highway robbery. Can you do it for 1% on your side and 1% for a total of 2%?
Short answer is no, because we operate our business, we have a certain level of professionalism when we do for our clients. For sure, my wife alone, she deserves like 6%. I get like 2% myself.
Good job. That's good. That's good. You actually had the correct answer the very first time. How you answer that, listen to me, guys, is just say this. No, just very calmly look at them in the eyes and say, no. And stay quiet, because human nature, people feel very uncomfortable when there's silence. It is psychological. It is psychological. It is so true. Please listen to me. Say no and stay quiet. Try it right now with somebody. Just stay quiet and like eye contact and stay quiet. No.
You have to leave them up. You have to keep the silence.
Keep the silence, and they will break it. They will start talking. Got it? You actually did good. The short answer to that is no.
I was trying to think of like what's the follow-up with that, but you're right.
Well, you did great.
Just turn it off from there, and there's some conversation and change.
Yeah, because for them, they will always say something. Say no, and that was very hard for me to actually practice. So let's practice with our partner right now. Get your partner here. Get you guys partners. Get your partners. Go, and you're gonna ask again, and you're gonna practice just saying no and give that awkward eye contact. Okay. So, yeah, the same question. Say, hey, 4%, that's highway robbery. Can you do it for 2? Say no. No, help your partner. Hey. Remember, you're not gonna let your partner talk too much. They're just gonna say no and give you eye contact. No, and stay really quiet and do not break from that silence, okay? And you will see how uncomfortable it is for the other person. When you ask a question and they say no and stay quiet, like you will like die. It's torture for them, okay? 1, 2, 3, torture them. Stay quiet. No, and stay quiet. Follow instructions. Training realtors like herding cats. No. Yeah, partner B, switch places. Switch places now. Don't you have the urge to say something? Yeah. This trick, Mom, please, this is badass. This is gonna get you all the listings. Say no and stay quiet. Okay. All right, let's go back to our seats. Hold on, no, not you guys. Not you guys. All right, go back to your seats. Go back to your seats. How did you feel saying no? You guys talk too much. Yeah, no. Yeah, but guess what? No. Okay, but isn't it true that you feel awkward? They will feel awkward too. So then you follow. You can't leave it like that forever, right? They will. This is what will happen. There'll be like a couple of things will happen. Number two, they'll say, "Oh, you know what? When I did that last time, I did it like January, okay?" And I said no. Like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for 2%. Like I promise you. And then I think, well, one of my agents may do it in the office because I ain't doing it for 2%. But I said no. And then you know what this gentleman said, and we're still talking, okay? We're still talking and everything. You know what he said? He said, "Damn, that is a low." He stayed quiet. He goes, "That's a little bit." Well, how about 5? So I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, let's sign it right now for 5. But stay quiet. You never know what they're gonna say. But you want to actually take the conversation after that. You say no, and then stay quiet until they say something. No matter, I don't care what they say. They're gonna say something. They're gonna make up something. So after they say something, you say, "Hey, listen. Let me clearly, Andy. Clearly, I have failed to explain my value to you today." Because you don't understand what it is that first of all, I want to clarify to you that nothing is going to come out of your pocket. I will only get paid if this transaction consummates. So up until then, you have zero financial obligation. I want you to point that out. Some people do not know that they don't pay nothing out of their pocket. So that's good. So you didn't say, first of all, this is not, I want you to know that you pay nothing out of your pocket unless the sale consummates, number one. Number two, I want you to know that I'm taking all the risk. We're the only industry that will work. Like, would you work 40 hours a week every week without a paycheck at the end of the week and not knowing if you're ever going to get a paycheck? No. However, that's what we do as agents. So we put in the work. We put in would you work 40 hours a week without knowing if you're ever going to get a paycheck? Who could afford to do that? I'm taking that risk up front. Number two, and number three, I clearly haven't showed you when there's a lot of realtors and there's a lot of options out there. Clearly, I'm in front of you for a reason. The agent that sold you this home is not in front of you for a reason, right? Maybe they're retired. Because I used to say that, and then one time they said, "Well, I didn't resent that you said that, Sofia, because she's actually really nice. She retired." So now I say, okay, so maybe your previous agent retired, or maybe I don't know what happened, but clearly I'm here for a reason. So I want to earn your business today. So I failed to show you my value. So let's go back. And let me reiterate everything that goes here. And by the way, this is what I want you to give me a commitment, Andy. Okay, so that's a different objection. Remind me to tell you, like, let me write down so don't forget. When they say they're going to use another realtor, okay? Another realtor. When they say they're going to use another realtor, we're going to say, just say, just say, hey, when they say they're going to use another realtor, and then at that point you're going to say, no, I clearly failed to tell you my value is. Okay? So remember, what's the script? Andy, it's no, and then they say nothing, and then you say, then he'll say something, and then I'm gonna say, Andy, let me tell you something. Would you go to work for 40 hours a week, not knowing if you're gonna get paid at the end of the week, not knowing how many weeks it would take to feed your family? No, in real estate, that's the risk we take. Number one. Number two, I want to tell you that I clearly have failed to demonstrate my value to you, and for you to know actually what I offer, because you don't even know what you're hiring me for. Just remember, you are putting zero risk forward. Nothing I do, I will work for weeks and weeks. And I do not get paid unless the sale consummates. That means that you would have to like the offer, that the people would have to qualify. There's this entire process. And guess what? I'm doing all the work without knowing if I'm going to get paid. And I'm putting that risk forward. And in exchange for that, I am going to get paid something for sure. However, I'm going to pay for myself in the fact that I'm going to get you the most money possible. The most money possible. So I will extract every penny from this sale to make sure I put the most money in your pocket. That is my guarantee for you.
Sounds good.
It's confidence in that. Can you guys tell I've said that a lot of times? But say it a lot of times, yeah. Oh, when I go to the next ones? Yeah, good. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, good. And again, I'm learning too. I'm not the best at this, okay? I want to make sure that we create this space where we all practice and get better. I'm getting better learning from all of you. You know, we have someone that had a lot of courage to stand up here and role play that doesn't have her license yet. So I'm learning from her. No one knows it all. We all get better together. Got it? Okay. So for you, is the same thing. Okay. So I'm going to say to you. So Yesenia, 4%. That's highway robbery. Can you do it for 2?
No. Let me explain to you my value. And I have.
No, but you say just no. Just say no.
No.
No. But not with a smirk. Say like really like say like compassionate. Hey, like kind of like a crying, like like no, but not in a rude, angry way. Channel your inner like compassion, like just say it like really like devastated, like no.
I'm sorry, no.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry, no.
Say no. Say no. Right. Say no. Say no, say no, say no. That's the best answer you can do. Okay. You guys, I went to this freaking conference where I paid money and they taught us how to say no like 100 different ways. They actually had people in cards. I was like, I flew out there, spent $1,000. I'm like, come on. So to say no, because believe it or not, the reason you're not selling more homes is because you're saying yes to too many things. That's why. So it was her best life conference. And you know what they did? They put together, you're saying yes to the wrong things. Is that true or not? So what happened is that in this conference, they had the dolls, the top women in KW, they had these cards made with like amazing things you would never say no to. And then they had them and you had to practice saying no to those things. So for example, Elena, would you like to go with me next week to like, I have front row seats at, I don't know what we both like, at Snoop. We're gonna go see Snoop front row. It'll be all paid for next weekend. Can we go?
Yes.
See? So hey, guess what? I am buying a flip property. I just need 2 more investors to come in with me and you're gonna get a 30% cap rate back. Absolutely. Yeah, so they teach you to say no to all that because guess what people say? Without thinking about it, without analyzing, what do you say yes so many things that you're saying no to your production. You're saying no to spending time with your family. You're saying no to date night with your partner. You're saying no to quality time with your kids. You're saying yes to everything else because everything is so exciting, you know? And like, she's not here. She's probably watching. I don't know if Claudia, my friend Claudia is here. I've been really coaching her on this because she says yes to everything, except everything. I could call her and tell her, let's go here. I test her all the time and she says yes to everything. And I'm like, you cannot, because when you say yes to everything, remember my favorite quote from my coach. Some of the biggest distractions are disguised as opportunities. Some of the biggest distractions are disguised as opportunities. Isn't that true? So think about it. Distractions. What are you distracting to? So you're not when an agent, my friend Emily on the stage last week, she made fun of it. She said, you know those agents that sell 1 home a month and they're busy all the time? You know, they're always, you talk to them, they're always busy. And you know what I call them? What do I call them, Yesenia Norma? Part-time. Yeah, because I tell agents, if you're selling 1 house a month, you're not part-time. Part-time is 20 hours a week. So part-time, that means you're 10 hours a week, which means you're semi-retired. Okay? So if you are selling 1 home a month, you're working part-time. You cannot fool me. You cannot fool me. You can fool your family, you can fool your friends, but you cannot fool me. I know what it takes, how many hours it takes to sell 1 home a month. Jonathan has a full-time job and sells 40 homes a year. If someone tells you that they're busy, working hard, selling 1 house a month, are they working full-time? Thank you. I rest my case. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so you're part-time or part-time, right? So I said, it's okay. You could be part-time, but you're going to get part-time paychecks. Okay? All right. No, you guys learning to say no? Say no, and then what are you going to say?
Let me explain. This happened to me in my last listing, and then this is like something that comes back to this, where even if you say no, for example, this one is a referral. It was a referral, and they said this young sister-brother duo, they have a family member as an agent, and that agent is for sure in his pocket knows that this listing is going to be for him. He's their cousin or something. They're related, and so the referral negotiated the commission up for me. just to give me the referral. Does that make sense, right?
Okay.
But however, when we go sat there, brother and sister, they're young brother and sister, they had no clue of anything. However, girl said, the sister says, so she says, hey, are you gonna do the commission for exactly 4%? Are you gonna do the commission for 4%? I already had pre-negotiated that, but I didn't even have to explain the value of it. And I thought, hey, wait a minute, my value is a lot more. And she says, well, no, wait a minute, your commission should only be 1.5% because you don't have to do anything. This is just, so we'll pay out 2% to the other agent. They knew that far, but because the referral had explained that to them. So in this case, I was already like, I was already either 0 to 0, 0, I don't take it at all, or do I just have to say yes?
Okay, so this is what
Yeah, so
this
case,
oh hell no. Hell. This is what I tell people. I say,
and I
listen,
got him $50,000 above asking price.
I would say, look, I've done so many crazy things. I say, look, no problem. So what price do you want for your house? You want 500,000? Great. So can I get, you guys know this is called a net listing. You guys heard of that? So that means that what means is that, hey, you want 500? Okay, so if I sell it for anything above 500, that goes to my pocket, and I'll do it for 1%. But anything I sell above 500, it goes to me. Are you okay with that?
Oh, no.
I'll do a net listing. You only want 500? Any penny above 500 in the contract will say goes to me as my commission.
So right.
I'll take the risk. And this is my favorite script for that. I'll say, hey, so let me tell you, first of all, let me explain. So this is, I need to bring this up. I used to have this cheesy, I still have it somewhere. It's so corny, it's so cheesy. And I don't know why I stopped using it. And you just reminded me that when people did this, because this market was a seller's market 8-10 years ago. So I used to use it and it worked for me. It's called the 196 step process for listings. So it breaks down like, check the return phone calls, call the listing agent, make sure the house was locked. Like it breaks it down, very like everything. So when I would do that, when I would go over the fee, I would go over and say, look, these are the 196 steps that I'm going to take. And I would go over and I would start reading. And they'll be like, oh, stop. Like, stop. I go, do you want me to go, start reading. And then I'm going to do this and I'm going to start this and do this and say, okay, so because of all this work and the liability and the risk, there's no guarantee it's going to say, like, I would explain how much work. I will explain how much work. Because if you're comparing apples to apples, people just think fees. And I would say, this is how much work and time is going to go into it. So my fee minimum to do all this work is 2%. And just say, they'll say, no, you could do it for, the homes are selling themselves. Can you do it for 1.5? And I would say, I cannot, because just say, I will not, but I'll tell you this much. Let me tell you this much. This is the one I want you guys to use. Okay. Just say, let me tell you this much. I'm going to, hire me. I'll give you my word that I'm going to earn every penny of the 2% fee on my end or the 3% fee on my end. And if I don't, I'll put it in the contract right now that if by the end of the transaction, you don't feel that I've earned my full fee, that I'll reduce it to 1.5.
So I like that, because by the end of the transaction, guess what? Even though I'm a stranger to them initially, they already love me. By the end, they already love me. You
guys write in your contracts, just say, so I say, look, let's create a win-win, because right now, this is a lose-win. Right now, I'm losing, you're winning. So let's create a win-win. Elena, if by the end of the transaction, I think it's fair. Okay, this is all the things I'm going to do. Whenever they don't want to pay you, it's because you have not done I clearly haven't done a good job demonstrating the work it takes and the value. I made it. Do you really think that this is just put a sign and pray it comes? That's where the script comes. You know, most agents do the 3 Ps to sell a home. They place a sign in the yard, right? What else? What is it?
MLS and then
they put an MLS and then they pray it sells. I do the 4th P. I prospect every day to find a buyer for your home. So that's when you have to go over that script, the 4 Ps. Like clearly you're comparing me to the other people that.
But I would have loved to.
Yeah, but in your listing presentation, when you sit down, this is what you have to say, okay? I learned this from Attilio. Remember Attilio from Hawaii? Mm-hmm. I learned this from Attilio years ago, and I like it. He says this. When you sit down, you say, look, first of all, before I get started today, let me explain to you. How many homes do you think an agent sells a year? 4. Great. Yeah, okay, that's pretty true. But did you know, and then he writes it down. It's very important. Did you know that 50% of every agent, no matter what company they're in, no matter what in the nation, 50% sell 0 homes a year? Did you know that? This is a fact. National Association of Realtors shows 0 homes a year. So you're talking about the 50. Did you know that top 10% do 90% of the business? That's where you say, I'm with Keller Williams. This is my office. This is what I do. You have to sell your value. Okay. But always, you guys, that really helps. A couple times a year, I do that. I say, you know what? Let's create a win-win right now. It's a lose-win. You want me to earn less? So you want to penalize me for selling your home for more. Like, so
That's a good one. I wish I would have talked to you first. I already closed, guys, by the way. However, it was a great listing. It was such a great listing that by the end, they love me. I'm gonna I'm helping brother buy a house. But at the end of the day, I got gypped on this listing, no matter what, because the buyer's agent made more money than I did.
But why is that? But why? Because if you don't practice your scripts at a high level, like just remember Gary Keller says the job of realtor.
Cousin, so I was like, dang it, I'll just.
And I will say this: have I taken lower commissions? Very rarely, but I do, because I'm not gonna walk away from money, and you shouldn't either. So I will tell you, and if they tell you they're gonna wait for another agent, like I'm gonna interview other agents, always tell them this, Elena. Give me your word that you're not going to sign anything with another agent, because I promise you that in this 45 minutes, I didn't go over everything I do. It's impossible. So do not hire someone else because you think they do something I don't do. If they do something I don't do, I will do it for you. Do not sign anything. Give me the opportunity. When are you meeting with them at 4? Okay, can I come back at 6? So we can have another conversation. I'll come back at 6. I'll be back at 6.
So I had a listing appointment, it was last weekend or the weekend before, in which they said to me, so Redfin will do it for 1%. And it was kind of hard for, I mean, I got it at 4%, but I was disappointed in myself because I wanted it at 6%, and I didn't bring it.
Explain the fees.
Okay, yeah, you did that. You didn't explain the fees, but remember. So, how you guys want me to go find that thing that's the 196 step? You have it. It's corny. You have like a picture of a cheesy house. It's all corny, but we need it because that. Remember, you have to see your listing bag. Have a listing bag, and you have to see your listing bag as where you have all your ammunition, all your tools. So I pull out what I need to pull out for that. If I walk in and they say, "Oh, the best call you ever get is when they say, oh, you're coming to list my house," or they text you and say, "Oh, are you gonna take pictures today?" That's when you know you got the listing, and that's the best communication. But when you have to work for it, I want you to know that your skill set is if you want to earn an extra $50,000 a year, just practice your scripts, because you're losing gas. Gas is $8 a gallon now, y'all. Okay, so you guys cannot be affording driving to these listings and doing this stuff. So what if we practice this once a week in the office like this? You guys showed up today. I need the ALC leaders to step up and on Fridays host this in here and you practice and practice and practice. Is this worth coming to?
Yes. And the thing is that once you practice all this, guys, you actually walk into a listing,
so
confident.
So I did a listing presentation class last month, and then in there I only touched on listing objections, and I said, man, I think listing objections should be a whole class of its own. So then this was born, right? But don't you think that this is something we need to constantly talk about? Yes. Because guess what? There's no objections that I'm being hit with too. That when the iBuyers come, right? Hey, I can just sell it with this. Well, did you know their fees are and this and other stuff, you know?
I like using the one where you show them like the business cards, 1% goes to here.
Right. Have you guys seen my business card presentation? Have you guys seen my business card presentation? All right, yes, all right. Did you guys like that? Yeah. All right, so let's go over one more objection because we're running out of time, y'all. Hold on, let me see if I have time to hang out more. Hold on. Go for it, Jay.
All right, well,
I have a 2:30, so I have 20 more minutes. You guys want to end the meeting now, or you guys want to go over 20 more minutes of practice?
Can we actually go over like the whole, like how she was saying about the kind of like the open door and Redfin, like how they offer that and it's like a hassle-free?
Yeah, Redfin.
Yeah, like you know how you.
Yeah, I just beat out Redfin. There's a guy. His name is Mike Esposito. He has the territory for Fontana area, so he gets all the Redfin listings. Okay, so my 2 listings that I sold that are buying for $1 million for me, I beat him out, and she told me, she called me back and said, I like him better than you. He's the best. He's a good guy, but he makes a lot of money with Redfin right now. He used to be an individual agent that was killing it. He would do 50 million on his own. So he joined them because they give him like a huge fat salary and benefits and all this other stuff. Okay. So he has a reason why he needs benefits and all this other stuff. So that's what he's doing. He's a good agent, dude, but his company. So what you have to help them understand, you have to help them understand. And sometimes you can't beat them because they charge them 2% and then they give them 2% back when they buy with them. They get a 2% back on the buy side. Like when they incentive. Yeah. So in those cases, just remember, people, how many times have you, I want you to remove the limiting beliefs. How many times have you done business with someone because of the person you trust them more, even though you know it's cheaper somewhere else? How many times? Think about it. Like, I know for a fact that I could probably get a better deal from an insurance agent online, but dude, tomorrow I'm meeting with Javier Calvo. He comes in here at 4 in person. He answers my questions. Like, I will pay a little more to get that trust there. So all you have to do is you have to be that trust advisor to them. You have to be that person that's there to call them and advise them. So you have to help them understand. You just have to say, look, listen, yeah, if you're comparing apples to apples, like, and you will lose the clients that want just the lowest money. I lost a past client last year because Zillow, I talked to Tano and Tano goes, the most we could push their house is 540. And Zillow gave her 590. And I looked and tried and their fees. And I tried, she goes, Sofia, match it and I'll work with you. I want to work with you. I sold her the house and she loves me. Like, she's a great girl. She's a single mom, veteran and all that. We have an amazing relationship. She makes like closing gifts for me. So she like did not want to go. She didn't want to not work with me, you know? So she tried. And I was there and I was like, dude, give me your rep's number. Cause if I want to see if they want to buy my house for 60,000 above market. You know what I mean? Like, it was beyond. Her house was not worth more than, like, the highest comp was like, Tano goes, Lion is 530, but really it's worth like 480. And they gave her 590. So she sold it to them. I lost the deal. But because I care about her more than myself, I was like, girl, if they give you that and you're going to get all this money to go to Arizona, like, go do it. And she called me through the transaction a couple of times, and it is what it is. Okay. I want to talk to you guys about something else. Okay. I want you to create the habit when you go to these appointments, these listings, when they don't, remember the 80% of people the S's that will not sign there and then? You leaving? You leaving? Oh, remember the people that will not sign that day? I want you to understand, create a system and a habit. One of the things you have to understand and learn is to be grateful and to operate from gratuity. Elena I look at you because you're very good at that. From the first day I met, when we got in business, like she gave me a little, I still have it on my wall. She wrote me a little thank you card. Like, those things count to people, build relationships. People are like grateful, right? Linda, she gives me a gift every single week, right? Like, she literally gives me gifts every week. I'm not saying that's not my love language. I'm not saying I want gifts. The point is, operate from gratuity. So when you're there, be grateful for the opportunity to interview with them. Okay? See it. Just remember what they're thinking. Understand the human psyche. It's not personal. People, maybe they got screwed in the past. Maybe they got ripped off before. Maybe their friend got a better deal. It's not personal. So you cannot tie a story to that. Got it? Do not tie a story to that. Just remember that. And remember what people are thinking. They're thinking what they're not telling you. What are some of the things a potential seller may be thinking when you go interview when they interview you for a listing? What are some of the things they could potentially be thinking about?
They're gonna make you sign a contract.
Yes. Good job, Jay. She shadowed her mama 5 years, huh?
Yeah, we need to question.
What are they like when someone's gonna come to your, how many of you have ever had someone come sell you something to your house? What are you thinking? Like, you know what I'm thinking? Like, is this person gonna screw me the hell over? Are they just worried about their damn paycheck? Are they have commission breath? Like, they are thinking this. So what you need to do is build that relationship and just tell, and you don't tell them what they're thinking. I literally tell people, Gabe, I know inviting a stranger to your house is uncomfortable. I know you're thinking this girl just probably wants to make money off of me, but let me reassure you that this is my career and that, yes, there's no secret that I make money. And there's no secret I make a good living doing this. But I built this business with integrity, honesty, and through a referral basis, that's why we came to you or whatever, right? Just tell them what they want to hear. Take away the doubts from them. Say, look, doesn't matter what I say about myself. I have like 350 5-star reviews on the internet between Facebook and Zillow and Yelp and all these sites. I have over 350 reviews online. Doesn't matter what I say about myself. It matters what someone else says about me. And I always joke. I say, yeah, doesn't matter if it's a girl. I'll say, you know how it doesn't matter what guys say. I want to know what their ex says. I always, and I make the girls laugh. If it's a girl, if it's a guy, I'll say that. You know, I'll change it up if it's a guy. But if it's a girl, I'll say that, girl, you know, guys promise us everything. You know, who cares what he said? I want to know what did your ex say? What did your other ex say? What did your baby mama say? Right? And then I make them laugh. Laughter is very important. When I go in the house, I go in and I make them laugh. Laughter is your weapon. It relieves stress. You know, another thing I do, I go, ooh, you guys look tense. Breathe with me. Four. I do that, make them laugh. We breathe, we laugh. And I go, look, I'm not here to screw you over. Then I tell people, you know what? I've survived so much in my life. Like, God did not keep me on earth just so I can screw people over for a living. Okay, I'm here to serve you and help you. Today we're gonna go over 4 things. Remember my script. We're gonna go over 4 things. 1, we're gonna talk about doing nothing. Number 2, we're gonna talk about potentially cashing out this house and doing a refinance. Yesterday, Aurora didn't know what this was. I told her that what I'm doing right now, I'm doing a bird. You guys know what a bird is? Some of you don't. Yes, you buy, you renovate, you refinance, you rent it, and then you repeat. Got it? So, and then you get the money out and buy something else. So we're going to talk about what a cash refinance is. Then we're going to talk about renting this house and buying another one. Did you know that if you buy a house 50 miles away, you can buy it with 10% down as a second home? Yeah, and you can Airbnb it. Let me talk to you about that. Have you ever thought about starting a short-term rental? But I want to buy 3 units in Lake Elsinore from Miss Karen Chum. She's like, oh, she's fighting me on the value, but I want to. There are 3 little bungalows on Lake Shore, and I want to turn them into Airbnbs. So I'm in negotiations with her, but she's crazy. But her daughter is a realtor from San Diego that referred her to me, and her daughter's like, she texts me, tell her this. She's trying to help me get her mom to sell. But I want to make a short-term rental business, right? Okay, so rent it and then or sell it. We're gonna go over all your options today. So I'm you know, by you telling them this, you're disarming them because then now they think that all you want to talk about is selling. So Claudia, I don't know if you're on. Is Claudia on? Yesterday she went door knocking. She's been door knocking this week. So every day she's killing it. She killed this. So Hector and Aurora, they're gonna share with you guys, but they're door knocking today. They have, I think, 7 hot seller leads from door knocking 600 homes this week. Their farm. So Claudia, she's been door knocking, and Claudia is very smart. She's been door knocking CPAs and tax preparers businesses where she lives, and she got one that agreed to give her like a little office space for her notary business, and then she just trusts, like she's killing it. She knocked on a door yesterday, and the guy goes, "I love that you came to my door." He goes, "I just signed a listing agreement to sell my duplex yesterday. If you would have been here yesterday, I would have hired you." So she goes, "Awesome, that's great. Why are you selling?" He goes, "Well, this and this." She goes, "Oh, did your realtor go over the fact of maybe cashing out and refinancing, buying something else? Or maybe just renting it out and buying something else? Did they go over your options?" And he said, "No." So he told her, "You know what? Come back tomorrow. Screw that realtor." That realtor, he goes, "No, I can't take the business. You already signed an agreement." He goes, "Yeah, but I didn't know that I could potentially like keep it still. That option wasn't discussed with me." So by doing this is like the best thing. Now, how do you overcome the objection of my cousin's a realtor? Or someone else will do it for cheaper, right? And you just remember something, okay? This goes for men and women. There's always gonna be someone prettier and thinner and younger. Yes? There's always gonna be a guy that's more handsome with most muscles, taller, right? Richer, with bigger, deeper pockets. There's always gonna be someone else, yes? Like, so when the clients say this, someone do it for cheaper, I'm like, absolutely, you probably can find someone to do it for cheaper. I'm not gonna, if they're thinking that, then if you sense that they're thinking that, you bring it up. Remember, if you learn one thing from me today, remember, say to people what they're thinking and you will build trust instantly. I said, I tell them, you know what, you're probably thinking that someone could do it for cheaper. And guess what? I promise you can. You can get someone can you get someone to clean your house for $50 or for $500? Like is there different type of service? There is. There's people that will, like my friend Emily she has me shopping now online on Neiman Marcus. Okay, hey, like I have my friend Emily that shops literally at Neiman Marcus. She was a buyer for them when she was in college. So she shops at those stores, and then there will always be the Walmart shoppers. Yeah, does that make sense? There's no judgment. But there's people that have preferences. Do you understand that? So you have to understand, like if people compare, if they compare you to Walmart, and you have to tell them, I use that analogy. I'm like, look, there's always gonna be cheaper. Either you shop at Nordstrom or you shop at Walmart. Like I'm more Nordstrom, okay? Got it? I'm gonna give you good service, good quality. I have a full-time assistant. I'm available. I guess I do this. Always remember this. Always point out that you're a full-time agent if you are a full-time agent. Okay? Just say, look, I am a full-time professional. This is what I do for a living. This is how I support my family. This is my livelihood. This is all I do. And Miguel, this is where I bust out the pregnant wife picture and the baby picture and say, this is my family. This is I'm being very serious. You know how many years I have all my kids on the hey, I played the single mom card for years. Hey. Okay. I'm gonna tell you some of the crazy things I've gotten to get offers accepted. You guys are curious about that? Okay, I've done crazy stuff. I had in this type of market, I had a VA, a police officer, full-time deputy. His wife's a nurse, and God damn it, I apologize for cussing. I couldn't get them in escrow. You guys know the frustration I'm feeling? Like right now I channeled that pain. I literally got so many VA, because agents are not educated on VA loans. So they reject VA loans. And our VA loan is the best loan on the planet. Yes, it is. It's the best in the planet. And even right now, because remember, again, why do people reject VA loans? Because if you know VA loans, you know that the seller will net $3,500 less than they take a VA loan. They will, because of the now allowable fees. They will. So the seller's like, I don't care about the VA. Thank you for serving my country, but I want the $3,500. Okay. And yeah, they care about that. So what I've done before is I've been like crazy. Like, you're not supposed to give letters, you're not supposed to do videos, you're not supposed to do that. I'm the kind of person that likes to ask for forgiveness, not permission. You know what I mean? So how I've done it is I've literally have gone to the agent and said, hold on, let me FaceTime my client. Like I had my client record a little video. Hey, this is where we live in a 1-bedroom. These are the kids running around. Look, he's in his uniform. The wife's in the nurse uniform. You guys do what you got to do to stand out. Okay. I also present. I'm gonna tell you this as an experienced listing agent. Jennifer and I cannot believe this. And Jennifer, you're right, Sofia. I promise you, we accept when we get 60 offers. It's a lot of work for us. We do not want to go through the 60 offers. We don't want to figure out which agent's legit. So we 100% of the time we work with the agent that follows up the most. We accept the offer of who follows up the most versus who's the highest most of the time. Yes?
That's 100% true. I list homes too, and I would rather speak with somebody that's willing to talk to me and keep bugging me, even though I tell them, hey, get lost or whatever. And not in that sense, but you're not even close. Or if he's strong, then that's always workable. And then not only that, that the agent is going to be on the communication game, and you're not going to have to hunt them down. So there's a lot that goes there.
So please, let me give you an example. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. Let me give you an example of how I do that. Okay, you submit the offer. How many of you have gotten offers rejected? Even with all this, Jennifer goes, I was gone, and she goes, I had a tough week, Sofia. I got 5 offers rejected this week because I was traveling. When I was in Cabo, normally I leave and I come back, and she always surprised me with an escrow. We got an escrow, and then I'm like, and she goes, it's been brutal this week. I got no escrows. And I said, girl, you know what we do? Like you have to do whatever it takes, Jennifer. You know what I mean? Go show up, do whatever it takes. No. And then she, so what happened is that what we do is you follow up the most. So when you write the offer, they say, we were not presenting till next Tuesday. Yes, we do. You follow up, you call later on the afternoon. Hey, I know you said follow up next Tuesday. Is there any new movement? Because let me tell you, what I know to be true, Derek, is that if a client gets the best offer, they're not going to wait till next Tuesday. You know how many times you wait till next Tuesday and then it goes pending the MLS, your client calls you and say, why is the house pending in Zillow? And then you call them and they sold it. Yeah? That has happened to all of you because whoever follows up the most wins. I encourage you to show up to their office as the agent in person. Show up in person to talk to the agent. An agent that worked for an agent a few months ago, they came in person, she presented it and brought us Starbucks. So that got her some brownie points. Show up in person, present your offers to the agents. If they're in the office, track them down, say, hey, listen, I want to present my offer to you. I really want to tell you the case. I want to do whatever it takes to stand out for my client. I know you have 50 offers, and you know what? This is when you have buyers that are going to offer more. If you have clients that if they're a veteran and they're a veteran, we got those accepted, right, Jay? We got hey, I pulled the veteran on veteran card. What else did we do, Jay? Oh yeah, we got them. We found out they were Laker fans and they had a dog. So Reina, she got a dog jersey for the dog. Yeah, so got a Dodger jersey. Showed up with letter plans. Like, remember, we cannot submit letter. Hear me on this. We cannot submit letters for the clients.
They can submit for themselves, though.
But I can't control my clients do directly. Hear me on that? Yeah. Come on, do what you gotta do. Let's get some escrows going. Whoever wasn't in the class is because they're good people. They're working. They have clients, have meetings, or whatever. Please, whatever you learn here today, pay it forward to your family at KW Lakes. Because we all win. We all win. The bigger we get this profit share tree, we all win. Got it? And yeah.
I have a question really quickly before we finish. So in the person, clearly I haven't shown you my value. I'm assuming all the rest, I'll do all the work up front and don't get paid till the end. Number two, you don't pay a dime at all. What's number three?
I don't know. I speak. If you guys notice, I have no slides. I freestyle my stuff. This is called experience. I internalize my stuff. Yeah.
You know what I say that works every single time? You know what? I even got it today that we're outside the window. I was like, you know what? At this point, when you get pulled over, the police might as well just ask you to pull out your real estate license. Everybody has one, right? And that's a fact. Everyone has one. It's a good thing to have. But not everybody's going to issue 100%. You guys didn't mention that, like.
Yeah, not everybody. Let them know.
But people do get lucky with listing, and I counted that, and that's totally fine.
So remember this. If you want to get better at listings, get in front of more sellers. Okay, so I know some of you are getting trained. Where some of you are getting trained, like only don't waste your time. Only go in front of sellers that are motivated. I agree with that if you're experienced. If you're new to the game, sorry, you have to go get beat up a few times in the arena. You know, get in there, and I would say go. Anybody's like even thinks of selling, just go in front of them because you're gonna get better by practicing it. Like once you get to a certain caliber, like I will not go to someone that's not serious because my gas and time is not worth it. But when I was new, it's good practice, you guys. Go in front of them, you build a relationship, you get your presentation out, you're gonna get better each time. Okay? So you have nothing else better to do. You have no clients right now. So go in front of them. All right, you guys, give me some aha. You can't leave. What aha? What did you learn today?
7%. Aha.
Yeah, because then they want to deal. Just say, look, I have my fees range. Listen to this, Norma. My fees range anywhere from 6 to 10%. 10%, that's ridiculous. No, it isn't. Because guess what? I've had to come in and put sod. I've had to come in and do roof repairs. Like, so my fees do range depending on what services you need. Okay? So they do vary. Because guess what? My clients don't have money. I built them in, and I'm the one that assesses the risk. Okay? And you will have to get this document notarized saying I'll put a lien in your house. You're gonna pay me back my money, right? But just remember, give me something you learned today, because I am committed to having this level of training, because this level of training here frequently, because we're only getting better each time. And you guys can bring different objections each time, different scenarios each time, right? So we can get better, yeah. Hey, the marketing fee, add it, and then you go, you know what, I'm gonna waive the marketing fee. However, if you cancel on me to go to another agent, you will be paying a cancellation fee of $9.95. Don't you think that's fair for me putting in work and investing money? That reimburses me for my time. That's the only fee, is that if you choose to cancel me, it's only $9.95 to get out of contract with me. Or don't pay me nothing and let me sell it. Got it? What's your aha today?
Say no to if they ask, can you do it for lower? Say no and just stay silent.
I cannot wait till you guys text me when you try that, okay? And it works with your friends. Can I borrow money? No. Do you want to go on vacation? Hey, ladies, it works for the guys. Want to go on a date? No. Hey, no. Hey, it works. Nope. You gotta do that. All right, thank you. Elena, what'd you learn?
The marketing fee, to just say no, stay quiet.
Implement that. No, and then don't forget when they say, what's your fee, what's your commission? You say, what I'm hearing you say is that you want a lot more money in your pocket. Don't answer the question, okay? Don't answer your question. What's your fee? What's your fee? What I'm hearing you say is that you care about the most money in your pocket. Let me go over this with you. Don't answer the question. What I'm hearing you say is, got it? All right, yes. Yes, I'm gonna get a tattoo that says that. That's how important it is to me. It's so important to me. It's so important to me. All right, Ahaz, I gotta go.
I have one quick, the one where you said that you only want, some people don't know, but it's good for the ones that do, where you said you only want 500,000, and if I sell it for more, I'll do the rest. That would be like, oh no, I'll just give you, I'll pay you your fee.
No, yeah, I just say, you know what, we could do a net listing. So we could do a net listing, no problem. We're just gonna say that you want 500. If you sell it for 500, if I sell it anything, any penny of 500, I keep it. They will never enforce it. I had one guy one time do it in a different market. He signed it, and it was just like at the end, I didn't enforce it. Does that make sense? But like the point is, I got my fee.
Or you can say the.
Oh no, the best script is this. Hey, what in order for this to be a good relationship, it has to be win-win. We both have to be winning here. I have to win, and you have to say, look, let me explain where the fee goes. You didn't get that, Norma, because you didn't explain the business cards. You did not say, hey, 1% goes to marketing, 1% goes to my broker, and 1% goes to how I feed my family. Because the people have a very hard time. You guys, who has not seen my business card presentation? Give me 6 business cards and I'll show it to you. Who has 6 business cards? Anybody? 6? Thank you. Just give me 6 cards. Thank you.
Give me a smart card.
Yeah, I don't mind. 1, 2, 3, 6. Thank you. Okay, so listen. Let me. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Oh my God, I can't squat because I've been working out. Okay, all right. Lorena Lucille's, she fire, man. That girl. Okay, here we go. So, can you do it for someone? Could do it for 100%. Let me explain to you where commissions go. Okay, so the standard usual commission is about 6%. I'm sure you've heard that. So the way it works is you have to give half to the other agent, and then right, and then 3% goes to me. 3% goes to our side. 3%, 1% goes to the IRS. Uncle Sam gets paid no matter what. 1% is what I invest in marketing, and I don't own the brokerage. My brokerage gets that. And 1% is how I feed my family. This is how I feed my family. So you're telling me that this agent is going to be doing it for 4%, right? Cool. They're gonna do it for 4%. I get that. So then they have to pay the other agent 2%. They have to pay the IRS, and they have to feed their family. So what they're not doing is marketing your home. They're not investing money in marketing. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a visual. And the reason you use business cards is because it takes the value out of money. Now they're not thinking money. Now they're thinking percentages. Then you say, listen, I'm only gonna, you only pay me if, this is important that you forget to say this. You only pay me if you consummate the sale. There's my Jennifer. It's time, huh? I have to go? Okay. You only pay me if you consummate the sale. Yeah, wait, get her together. Let's go in the large conference room.
Or you can say absolutely, if I bring the buyer.
No, yeah, I'll say this. Yeah, if you bring the buyer, I'll do it. Okay? If you bring the buyer, yeah, no problem. Or another thing that I say is this. I say, look, if you want to save money on the fee, no problem. If you refer me another seller during my escrow period, before we close the escrow, you find me another seller, I'll knock off $2,000 off of the fee. Find me another seller. That works for me too. But oh yeah, my aunt wants to sell. Give me an appointment with her. Even if you meet with her, yeah. Was this helpful, you guys?
Everyone said yes.